What's up, everybody? It's Stephen A. Williams, president and founder of the creditrepairshop.com. And in today's video, I'm going to talk about three things so we can try to keep it simple so you can get along to your other YouTube watching. One of them is going to be why someone had their credit uh, checked and they said, why was my score different than it was on my monitoring service? And I'm going to explain how that can happen. How your score could either go up when they actually run the credit, or it can actually go down or stay the same. Your FICO score. You got to know that a FICO score, and from what we've been seeing, the FICO scores have been higher. The next thing is, uh, will credit card companies come after me if I stop paying? I'm going to answer that. And then 1099-C tax implications. I'm going to answer question on those. And for those who care to know the update about my wife, she is doing very well. She was up and walking today. So now let's get into it. The first one, we had a customer call today and was very upset, actually, or a little upset. And he was wondering why he was turned down for it was for a business loan, but they were using personal credit also. And he was wondering, he said that when they ran my credit, the score was a little bit lower. I think it was like 20 points lower than what he thought his score should be. And I had, I've talked about this in other videos, and this goes back to, and this will probably bring like an aha moment to you when I say this. When you fill out credit applications and they've asked you, are you a college graduate? Are you married or single? Have you lived at your residence for 2 years or longer? How long have you been at your job? When they ask questions like that, we think that they're just, some people just think they're just being nosy or they just want to try to learn more about you. But have you ever really thought about why are they asking those questions? Let me tell you why. Every lender has algorithms, and an algorithm is what they use to see the risk level of an individual that's filling out an application. So you can have someone that might have let's just say a 680 score, and they are married they are married for a while, they've been at their job for a while, they own their home, they're not renting a home, and when they run their score could actually come out the same at a 680, or their score may even come up higher from the company's own internal scoring system. And what that is their algorithm is telling them that this individual, based on the credit reports, history, and their own personal history, the information that they gave you about them, we believe that this individual is an excellent risk on getting a loan. And they will actually, you can have either the finance person can say, well, we're just going to give you extra points, or their own internal system will give you the extra points. I had this happen to me years ago when I bought a Range Rover. And I remember I went in there with the finance company, and I was financing it at that time. And my score was, I think, 2 points under 700 at that time back then. And the finance person said, based off of what you've given me, I'm going to increase it so you can get the 1.9% interest rate. He gave me points and he said that he could do it because he was the finance manager. But I've heard of this being done with companies where you fill out that application and all of a sudden you had a higher score. And just so you know, the credit report that you get is totally different than the one that a lender gets. Lender gets to see all types of stuff, and the lender gets to put in what they call filters. And this is an algorithm on how they want to approve loans. Everyone's standard on approving loans is not different. It's totally different. That's why you can go from one place and get approved go to another place and you might not get approved, or you can go to one place, you get one interest rate, and you go to another place, you get another interest rate. So that's why your score could be either higher, lower, or stay the same. So now when you're filling out that application, you know why they're asking those questions. Now let's move on to question number 2, and this was a YouTube question, was if I stop paying the credit card companies, will they come after me? Absolutely, they will come after you, but let me tell you the process. We deal with this all the time. With credit card companies, they're going to average take 3 to 6 months to charge off. Now, you may be thinking when it charges off, that means that they've written off the debt. It might say charge off or written off, like they're not coming after you for it again. No. What that means is that they put your credit card debt into a category of of a non-performing debt. They can't keep it on their books. They can't lie to their investors, or whoever controls or owns the company. They can't lie and say that we got all of these credit card accounts are performing when you have some of them that are not. So they have to put that information into a non-performing stack, which is the charge-offs and write-offs. And then they will charge it off within 3 to 6 months. And then at that time, they even during that time, they're going to start calling and trying to see if they can work out something with you. If, maybe set up a payment plan, or if they defer it for a little bit, are things going to get better? But for most people, it doesn't get better. Once they stop paying, they really never go back to paying. So what's going to happen is they're going to charge them off, and then they're going to either make a decision to sell them, or they may hire a lawyer to come after you for those. But you have a lot of options after that, which I won't go into in this video, but that's the process. So yes, to answer your question, they will come after you. The next one is, someone said, have I spoke about the implications of receiving a 1099-C debt cancellation? Yes, I have spoke about this. Just to educate people who do not know about a 1099-C debt cancellation, is when a debt that you owe, it could be just like these credit card companies. They could choose to just do a full debt forgiveness. And when they do a full debt forgiveness, they send what's called a 1099-C debt cancellation form to the IRS. The IRS is is depending on you to include that 1099-C information, the amount that they have, as additional income to you. Because the credit card company is saying, we're going to never go after them for this money, and we want to file it as a 1099-C debt cancellation, which is like debt forgiveness, but they want the IRS to include that as income to you. So just by comparing those shows the proof that a write-off and a charge-off is not a debt cancellation, because you would have already gotten that. Once you get a 1099-C debt cancellation, they can't go and try to collect it from you. They can't sell it to a debt collector. They can't do anything. It's all said and done, over with. But the IRS requires you to put that on your taxes as income. So if you made $100,000 last year, now, and you had a $10,000 1099-C write-off or debt cancellation, you must file $110,000 as income to you. Now, but let me tell you how you can get out of paying that extra $10,000. There's a form, and you can get with your tax professional and it's called an insolvency form for these types of things that happen. And you can have that additional income waived. It's different qualifications depending on your income level. There could be different qualifications on if you qualify or don't. But when you get with your tax preparer, they can go over that with you. Most of the ones that I see, unless you're a high income individual, you'll never have to pay any money on that additional income. any additional taxes. And even if you did, it's only going to go into your total mix of taxes, and then they would, you know, tax you on that additional income. So you would be able to do all of your deductions and everything. It would just be included as additional income, and then you have all of your deductions, and then you would figure the amount that you would owe. So if you need help with your credit, please visit us at thecreditrepairshop.com. Links are below this video. If you need your credit reports and scores, please go to your3scores.com. And if you need any of our debt validation letters or cease and desist letters, those links are below this video. Thank you, and please subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed yet, and ask your questions and get notified of new videos that are being posted. Thank you, and until next time.